Park Journey with Diana Howe. My name is, of course, Diana Howe, and I'm the lay leader for Elm Park United Methodist Church. This is a bi-weekly web series that has a special guest that will talk to us about upcoming events, programs, and announcements. My guest today is our Church Council Chairperson, Dr. Bill Miller. So, Bill, I'm really glad to see that you're here today. We've got a few questions for you to help us understand Church Council a little bit better. So, first off, could you explain just what Church Council does?
Well, there's the official description of Church Council. Cokesbury does the guidelines for Church Council, which their definition is to connect vision and ministry in the church. I think my definition is more the most important role of the Church Council is to bring the church together as it develops the vision that we use to guide the mission of the church. But not only is it to administer and manage the church and its assets, it's to kind of roll up our sleeves and lead the church as a group because we are stronger and better together.
Okay. So could you name some of the committees that are represented on the Church Council?
Absolutely. The four big ones are Church Council, SBRC, the trustees, and finance. But we go beyond that. We work with our worship committee, our communications, United Methodist Women. But I think it's very important to understand that it's not just committee chairs that make up the council. There are a number of people on the council that have been called to lead or have heard the calling to lead and have wanted to get involved with the Church Council and a little bit more involved in the church overall.
Okay, that sounds good. I think we call those at-large members.
Yes.
Plus there are other committees in the church as well that are involved. It's a great representation of all of our members.
Absolutely.
In our first episode, Reverend Mike Biala told us about the church's mission, which is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. And he told us about our 2018 vision, which is to grow our Sunday school and our youth programs. So what can our church congregation do to help the Church Council fulfill that 2018 vision that the Church Council chose?
I think it's very important that we remember that this concept that we are better together. We need to maintain the energy that is in the church following Easter season and Pentecost. And it really invigorates and revives the spirit of the church. But I think we need to then look at the individual level. Bring your children, bring our grandchildren, invite our neighbor. Look out in the community and find those individuals that are seeking a church home. It's not that they're unhappy in where they're at. They might be looking for a different way to experience religion, experience Christ, experience God. Today we just had Trinity Sunday. It's a good way to kind of bring everything together, this concept of being together. I think it's important that people bring us their ideas. We have a number of people on Church Council, but we don't necessarily know everything that's out there right now. Tell us what can be done differently. Tell us what can be done better. But I also think it's important that individuals have some really creative, innovative ideas. I know we have members in the church who do different things, work in different facets of life. That if we could tap into some of them to get some innovative ideas as to bring the youth into the church, that's where we're going to thrive and survive as a church. That's where most of the traditional congregations anymore are going to really need to concentrate in order to build. And some churches to rebuild. And we're not at that point, but we just need to maintain what we have and grow.
Right. And I think one of the additional things that we can put out there for people who want to help out with Church Council is if you see opportunities arise, or if we ask for help, somebody to help with Vacation Bible School or Sunday School or whatever, you don't always have to have a multitude of experience in order to do these jobs. We've got people who can come along and help you grow with that. So we can certainly use workers as well.
I think it's also important, and based off that, is to kind of look at, we can equate the church kind of to My area of somewhat expertise is healthcare, but we all talk about access to healthcare, but when you take a look at the number of nurses that are out there, there are people that want to become nurses, but we just don't have the nursing faculty in order to help develop these individuals. It's the same concept. We know that there are youth and children out there that are looking to find God in their life in some way. We need to also look internal as a congregation to find those individuals that are willing to help and develop them as well.
Sounds great. That's exactly what we're talking about. So last of all, we'd like to know how people can get in touch with you in order to pass along their wonderful ideas and perhaps volunteer to help. So could you give us that information?
Absolutely. The two easiest ways would be to call the church office, which you can see the number on the bottom of the screen. And you can also reach me at my email address here at Elm Park, which is bmiller@elmparkumchurch.org. Again, that's on the bottom of the screen. In order to just drop me a note, I'll call you back, I will email you back, we could sit down and have coffee, we can meet at the church, whatever is most comfortable for individuals, or we just have a chat on the phone.
Okay, sounds great. So I would like to thank everyone for watching this episode of Elm Park Journey with myself, Diana Howe, and I'd like to thank Dr. Bill Miller for being my guest this week.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and we may have you again.
That's perfectly fine.
If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below. If you have any ideas of topics we can discuss, please feel free to talk to or email Wes Biala, Reverend Mike Biala, or myself. Have a blessed week and stay in prayer. As we share our blessings and our struggles, we can support each other as we explore God's call for each of us. Let us help each other find ways of making disciples for the transformation of the world. Grace and peace for the journey. Remember, as Bill said, we are better together with God's help.